Hello and welcome to the Happy Hour. I'm your host, and if you're watching me, that means I'm happy. Listen, people are really starting to get behind the show, so let's roll right into that drink special before Vince kills our push. This week's drink is the Tom Collins. I don't know Tom. I never met Tom. I never even heard of a Tom Collins. But anybody who's got a drink named after him sounds like a rad dude in my book. So here's to you, Tom Collins, and your drink. Start this drink off with some gin, a little bit of lemon juice, some of that good homemade simple syrup, and a little club soda. Juice up your lemons, ice up your mixer, and add 2 ounces of the gin, 3/4 of an ounce of the lemon juice, and 3/4 of an ounce of the simple syrup. Shake that quite well, pour up and top off with the club soda. Spin a lemon wedge on that bad boy, get your thumbs on the table, and that is a Tom Collins. It tastes great, plus it makes you look knowledgeable at the bar. Please, drink responsibly. Oh, this is water. Yeah, gin and I are mortal enemies. I just made the one. It wasn't bad, it's just gin. Welcome back, folks. Here on the Happy Hour, we don't normally cover WWE's booking unless it affects the wrestling world in a bigger, wider way. But last week had everybody talking. I mean, yeah, it was a shit show, but at least they weren't held hostage. As you may have seen literally everywhere online, old Billy Goldberg was able to defeat, pin, and put down the Fiend clean in under 5 minutes. Yeah, and with like the worst looking fucking jackhammer ever. Second worst since the last one. Subsequently, after the match, the Fiend's character and momentum were taken out back behind a shed and shot in the fucking head. No, it's cool. He's got a match with Cena now. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. It's a booking move so controversial, it actually got people to stop talking about Saudi blood money. I'm looking at you, Kenneth. And can I just talk about that for a second? Listen, I'm talking to the Americans here. I know we got a lot of people abroad watching this shit, but to the Americans, one of our biggest exports is weapons. But besides that, our other biggest export is culture. For years, we've been exporting our culture to the rest of the world. When we have a top 10 hit here, it's a top 10 hit worldwide. But when's the last time you saw K-pop show up on an American music chart? Not that often, right? Listen, when we go to Saudi Arabia, we show them how much fun we have being Americans, just doing America. And they are paying a shitload of money to get just a little taste of it. Yeah, to a lot of people, they have a backwards fucking culture and they treat a lot of their people like shit. But when we go over there and we show them how we do it, we infect them with just the tip. You give them just the tip of that American culture and say, isn't this nice? And then maybe later, you can deep dick them with the whole fucking thing. You can shove that culture right up their ass. And that's what I say we need to do. Let's go ahead and take that culture and shove it all the way up their ass. Give them all of that culture. Back to the WWE. People from all over voiced displeasure at the title change, including Macaulay Culkin, who tweeted that he will not be going to Tampa for WrestleMania. Bummer. Also commenting on the event was my hero, Matt Riddle. Bruh. He called it a bro hammer. And he's not even supposed to be doing this. They literally changed the entire rule set because of him tweeting at Upper Talent. But he's still doing it. I love him. Bro. Also, Undertaker was there, like a little, which is probably how they ought to use him. So that's 2 matches for WrestleMania. Yeah, 2 matches, biggest show of the year. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, moving right into our next story, from rumors of a possible cancellation due to coronavirus to rumors that the card is totally open. What the hell is going on with WrestleMania? Yes, according to inside rumors, the biggest show of the year, WrestleMania, has mostly, right now, a totally open card, except for a few planned title matches. Yeah, man, we'll wing it. Be cool. It's good. The whole thing is really problematic and also emblematic of a larger problem with WWE's long-term booking, specifically that they don't do long-term booking. The whole thing really calls back to me an interview that I heard between fellow Carolina boy The Big Show and Stone Cold I Wish You Were My Uncle Steve Austin. In that interview, Big Show was talking about how today he was thinking that it's so different. You see, back in the day, they used to plan WrestleMania up to a year ahead, very long-term ideas, and he said now they're not even planning 2 weeks ahead, and that was in 2018. From all that we can tell, nothing's really changed. But then again, when you have so many wrestlers getting injured so regularly on your roster, how can you plan that long term? Which brings us into our next story, Samoa Joe, his condition. Hint, he's all fucked up. Yes, after suffering a concussion way back in January, see here, drops right out of the frame, but I promise you, he went down like a sack of bricks. Samoa Joe has now suffered a second concussion while filming a commercial for the WWE. It just says Michael Jackson joke, but he didn't catch his hair on fire. And it's not for Pepsi. Folks, I am not a doctor, but I can tell you that having one concussion is bad, but getting a second concussion before the first concussion has healed is very bad. It's not like addition, it's more like multiplication at that point. WWE is not very keen on talking about their concussive suffered wrestlers, mainly because it's really scary, and most of us know that most contact sports have a severe risk of concussion, and the less we talk about it, the more we can keep doing our combat sports that we love, so we don't want to talk about it, and please don't ask any more questions, thank you. Nailed it. The entity spent most of his time on the injured list as opposed to the active roster. Samoa Joe is likely to be transitioning into a permanent commentary role, which where admittedly, he does awesome. I like hearing Samoa Joe, and I'd like to see him continue to do commentary. It just seems, at this point, Vince tends to classify wrestlers as fragile after a certain amount of injuries, and yeah. Our next story, Cody Rhodes got this ugly fucking tattoo. No, look at that shit. That shit looks like a bumper sticker at Walmart. No, next week he's gonna get no fear at the bottom and it'll totally tie that thing together. The only thing that can be better than that tattoo is the monster logo. He needs that on the other side. Dude, no. When he gets the monster logo on the other side, it's gonna be sick. All right, like I know it looks stupid, but when you see it with the truck nuts, it's really gonna pop off. They said even Brandy hates that shit. She saw that shit and she was like, wipe that shit off your neck. That's it. That's I just got jokes about his fucking... Alright, this is my card that I do. Well, that's it for my show. If you like what you just saw, drop down. Hi, this is my bedroom. Listen, this is super embarrassing, but I totally lost the last 5 minutes of my show. What I wanted to say was, if you like what you just saw, please drop down, give us a like, and share the video with your friends. Be sure and subscribe and click that bell notification so you don't miss any upcoming content from the Extreme Wrestling Entertainment Network. If you liked me, you can click right here or here to check me out on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know if you can click it. We don't really know how to do the legs thing. We're working on it. But be sure and come back next week and let me know what you'd like to see covered on an upcoming episode of the Happy Hour. And as always, folks, drink responsibly. And double check your record time. That's just amateur hour. Jesus.